Innovative content, global audience.
It's yet another beautiful Tuesday morning here in Abuja, the Nigerian's capital city, and we are live at our Srtv studios. Coming to you this morning is your favorite program, Wake Up Nigerians. I am Ene Igugbi, and with me on the program this morning,
I'm Princess Cassie. You're welcome. Good morning.
hello, Kes.
Hello, Ene. How are
You
you
are all
doing?
smiles, like
How will I do? My body they sweet me now.
somebody they switch you this morning. That
We
means
can't-
a lot of good things are
Of
happening.
course, we can't care ourselves. Whatever it is, just be happy and everything will
Yeah.
fall into place. That's just my belief for today, and I'm living by that rule.
I saw a post yesterday, like I was scrolling through my, WhatsApp feeds, and then I saw this post, Nigerians, one thing we know how to do best is to laugh at every situation.
Uh-huh.
And then somebody says, at this point, the most important thing for us is just to survive.
That is it.
Just-
Once you
you have
survive,
not-
and there will be tomorrow for you. If you don't survive, you don't lose your own.
Yeah,
That is what we
because-
usually say. It's hard. It's really hard on everybody, and people are going through a lot. But the prayer is that we all survive this, we pass this phase, and then things will be better tomorrow.
It's really, it's really at that point. Somebody says that you have food. Just survive.
Just be happy, yes.
Just be happy and just be happy. And yesterday when I was, when I closed from work and I was on my way home, I saw something that really, touched my heart. I was, in fact, up to the point when I went to bed, I was still thinking about this issue. Like there was this woman, she was standing on the road, she was just shouting, "I have money in my account, I not get cash, I'm not to carry me." Like that's Nigerian pidgin, right? And the interpretation is just simple. I have money in my bank account. In Nigeria now people have money, but you can't just get the physical cash. And then the network is just
It's terrible.
You can't really. I don't really even know where
It's
to go from
terrible.
here.
It's terrible. It's terrible. What do we do?
Ah,
Regardless, we just say we just really like the prayer. Like I always say, we pray that this phase will pass really
just can't
quick
wait.
because people are really getting
Just can't
tired.
wait. You just can't
People
wait.
are getting frustrated, confused, and then, of course, you know that when people are confused and frustrated, this could lead to things, unimaginable things, especially for the youth,
For the young ones.
which is one of the main topic of our main topic for the day.
Yeah.
So we look into that later in the day when we have our guests call in.
But you know what's interesting for me, right? The youths are actually the most optimistic.
They are, but
of this, like it baffles me. How if you go on Twitter, you will see that spirit of optimism. You see the youths are really not taking this in a bad way. They are even the ones telling the old people, "Please calm down. This is going." Because I saw somebody's post this morning, and the person says, "See this naira swap whole thing. We are so happy about it." When you see stuff like this coming from the youth, you know that there is always hope.
There's
there is
hope.
light. Nigerian
of
youth
course we are the
so
future
proud of
leaders.
you,
So
like,
what do? We have to keep hope alive.
yes, we have to keep hope alive. That's what we are doing in Nigeria. We are keeping hope alive. We are just praying and believing that everything gets to the point where all of this becomes over. Okay, right now, viewers, we'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll bring you newspaper reviews.
Stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
What is our topic? You bring us back. Abi? Yes, sir, this is the
Srtv. Innovative content, global audience.
Hello, welcome viewers. If you're just joining us, this is Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, wake up. Everybody needs to wake up. We need to do the needful. Just a few days to election. How are you preparing? These are some of the issues we're going to be discussing today. Are you optimistic? Are you happy? No matter the situation, we just feel that no matter what is happening, the naira swap, scarcity of funds, the cash, just be happy. Everything is going to get better. And now we're going into a segment of newspaper review. And now you're going to take us on that.
Okay, from our pilot newspaper, here are the stories that makes the headlines. We have the Naira currency swap, APC governors bow. And then the writer says, party leadership reportedly seek out of court settlement for federal government's face-off with governors. APC National Chairman Adamu meets with Attorney General of the Federation to broker peace. Also in the meeting are Governors Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, Bello Matawale of Zamfara, meeting to find solution to legal battle between governors, federal government, and the CBN governor. That story can be found on page 8 of the pilot newspaper. 4 days to presidential poll. Wike says he is not APC member. That story can be found on page 8 of the pilot newspaper as well. And then we have JAMB registration. 1.6 million registered for the 2023 UTME exams. NABS 15 over infractions. Okay, that story can be found on page 5 of the pilot newspaper. Nigeria better than APC met it in Nigeria better than APC met it in 2015, says Lai Mohammed. That is the Minister of Information and Communication. And that story can also be found on page 8 of the pilot newspaper. We have more stories, but right about now, Kessie, we'll just take a quick pause. Wike and his drama, like, I think he has gotten to the point where we give him the dramatic governor. Like, Wike can just today says one thing, his actions is saying another thing.
That is what came to my mind when you read that. I feel like you were telling us you're a PDP. Of course, we know you're a PDP member, and then but your most time his action says contrary to that. I watched his press release last week, and I heard everything he said that it's just that people don't like him. People are always against him for one reason or the other. They are scared of him and all that. And I feel like once you say you are a party member, although I'm not really a fan of politics, like I would say, you are supposed to, no matter what, you stick together. I don't understand why even the APC sometimes they are scattered. Look at what the governors are doing with the president, and then look at what Wike is doing with the party members. Yeah, right. They are just so this boils down to one thing. I'm beginning to think that they have their own personal interest. It is not even the interest. Yes, it is not. This is not about Nigerians, because if it's about Nigerians, you have to compromise at some point. But at the place you are not willing to compromise, what happens? That means that you're actually doing this for your personal interest. And another story that caught my attention is Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture, saying that they met the country is better than the way they came in 2024. Wow. You kidding me right now? Well, I'll leave that for the viewers to decide.
The country be better, when they came in 2015.
How much was a bag of rice? How much was fuel?
Like, I saw this estimation yesterday. I was like, how did we come? Even dollar.
Yes. So what are you?
700 and something. And what can you say?
What are you telling us? For me, I feel like it's worse. We are going from like
frying pan to fire.
I don't know, but
frying pan.
I don't feel like this is not it. This is not what we wanted. This is not what we voted for. Me, I speak for myself personally. This was not what I voted for. This was not what I was hoping that in the year 2023 we'll still be here like this, in a place where you see people on the road crying, bringing, begging and all that. So it's really terrible. Look at the fuel price today. No fuel. Sometimes you have to go and queue, insecurity and all that. No.
Nigeria seriously. We'll take more stories from the pilot newspapers. They said, finally, Governor Diri swears in Gideon Ekwemue as SSG. Police Service Commission withdraws Najatu Mohammed from election duties. And then Peter Obi, best option for New Nigeria, ex-Kogi PDP Guba aspirant. I think he has become obedient in some ways, just like most of the Nigerian youth.
Sure.
That's a good one. Court stops MC Oluomo from distributing INEC materials. Alleged 3 billion naira loot. Governor Bello's nephew, 3 others admitted to 5 million naira. You know, Nigeria is a dramatic country.
Very, very dramatic.
Nigeria is a dramatic country. Just wake up. Like, I was thinking, like, how can a single individual meet over 30 billion naira? Like, what are you going to use the money for?
And then
invest it, let's go and load it in your
and
house.
keep it in their homes. And then the most annoying thing is that they will now come and they will now have an option of pay, fan, and all that. And before you know, they are working freely. This is pathetic, so pathetic. And a lot of people are there suffering. Look at the hospitals. People are not able to even pay for medical bills because the network is bad and all that. And then somebody is having chunk of money at home.
Exactly.
And that is why one person said yesterday that now their stolen funds are useless.
They're useless because keeping it for elections,
yes,
rigging and
yes,
bribing and buying of votes. But now we know, well, for once, we just see how this whole thing will play out. You know, come Saturdays, just for this general elections. I'm really getting excited. You know, all Nigerians are getting excited. We are optimistic at this point. And that will be all from our pilot newspapers. Cassie will bring us more stories.
Sure. I'm going to take the blueprint. One of the major headlines we're having here states that protesters raised banks in Ogun. APC, PDP trades blame. That is one of the major headlines here.
Used to seeing political parties.
And that is actually our topic for the day. We're going to look into this issue of the destructions of properties, of lives, destroying people, destroying things. Do you think that is even the way forward? We know that things are really biting hard, and we are all affected. But I think this issue of destroying things, especially when it comes to the bank, that is something we really need to
destroying your financial institutions. Like I know in some states. Edo State, I know of Edo State, and then some other states in the South region, destroying banks, your financial institutions that employ your own sons and daughters. Now, if the youths are charged, because most times these youths are influenced, you know, to do some of this, to carry out some of these acts. Now, if you destroy your financial institution, your banks, and every other thing, who fixes it? Who repairs
it's really
like you want to make transactions, you now have to go to the neighboring villages or to the next state.
It's really pathetic.
We need to grow beyond, you know, destroying our own infrastructure.
We will even discuss about that because that is the major topic for the day. So we'll go on with the newspaper review. Ahead of Saturday Post, be cautious, US warns citizens. Commonwealth tax Nigerians on peaceful election. JAM capture 1.6 million candidates in the 2023 UTME. That is one of the major headlines. That is what you can get on page 13 of the Blueprints newspapers. After APC protests, Najatu drops as election monitor. In Lagos now, transporters, traders reject old naira notes, cash transfer. They reject both old naira notes and cash transfer.
So what did they want?
You can get that. You can read more of that on page 22 of the Blueprint newspaper. Of course, when a lot of people, like I met an Uber guy that says that people do transfers and they tell you, oh, his network sees success one. Of course, you see that it's success one, then you go, and then the next thing, the money will not come, and they will and when he's trying to call these people, he will realize that they've blocked him. So people have a way of being dubious.
There's something called fake alert.
Of course.
You know, my neighbor was duped of 70,000 naira, and then somebody came. I was like, oh, I'm so much in a hurry and all of this, and then he just make the transfer. Like, it's not successful. Oh, it's network. Let me try it again. And then you try it, and then they show you the alert, and then you get to see that the next thing is disappearing from people. Like, how? Nigerians, how? We are battling with one problem, and now we are dealing with fraud.
It's really terrible. It's terrible.
This is not the time to take advantage of situation.
Yes, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Everybody is suffering at this point. The least you can do is to find ways to ensure that your next neighbor is actually faring well. Even if you can't give them money, you should always find a way to ask, how are you doing? It goes a long way, you know.
And then we have this story. It was also on the papers yesterday. Government attack Anambra police facilities, kill DPO, 3 other officers. Page 18 of the blueprints paper. And then so you're going to take the leadership.
Okay, but before then, I would like to talk about this killing of police officers. Like, it's getting really pathetic. The police are the ones who gives us security, right? They put their lives in the line, and then gunmen could just enter a police station and then start killing people, shooting recklessly, and any like it doesn't make sense. Let's just pity our police officers, please, and let's ensure that our police stations, because most times the police stations are left porous. They don't even have good weapons, good guns, or whatever to protect themselves. And you know the situation with the Nigerian police, they don't even have good vans. When you go to the police stations, mostly at state level, it's a mess. There is nothing there to write home about. Just abandon the police officers. People just walk into the police station, kill them at will. Like, it doesn't make sense. We have to get at that.
And that is why we hear a lot of people say that their children can never go to be in the force or go to the force in Nigeria, because you're just going to sacrifice your life for nothing.
It's crazy, man. It's really, 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 really crazy.
And then, okay, you're taking.
We'll take more updates from the Daily Trust newspapers. DSS steps up investigation of Emefiele. DSS steps up investigation of Emefiele. You can find that story on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Tinubu, slow walk to a lifelong dream, or final glow of a burning star. Okay. All Progressives Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, projected to win 2023 presidential election. We will wait and see how that plays out.
Come on Saturday.
25th. Just for this, the general election. We are keeping all our fingers crossed for whoever wins to congratulate them. But we are actually hoping and praying for the best, Election, IPI writes FG. Security agencies on journalist safety. It's important.
Very, very important.
It's important.
Very, very.
I remember covering the 2015 general election, and then you're just so scared. Oh, what's going to happen? But at that point, there was so much security on ground, to guarantee your safety as a journalist, as a reporter. As young as I was, I had this passion for this job, and then you just want to go out on the to the field, to bring reports, to bring updates. But then your safety is also paramount, because without the journalists, people won't really know what's happening out there. So their safety should be, top on the list as well.
That's right. I remember during that election as well, where I had the issue. We covered that election together, and to the place I was assigned. I remember I was nearly attacked. I even got injuries, bruises all over my body. So, like you said, I think they should do something about that. The journalists are always at the front line of every duty, and in things like election, they should consider their security, and not just their safety, but that of all Nigerians as well.
Okay, do you have more updates?
Yes, I have from The Nation. Naira, customers overwhelm banks with cash demands. That is the major headline on The Nation. Buhari meets Ethiopian Airlines over Nigerian Air. You can get that story on page 25 of The Nation. Pipeline vandalism, oil theft hurting economy. You can also get that story on page 25 of The Nation newspaper. Yeah, that's true. This people, when you go to some areas, the way they vandalize the whole pipeline,
especially
the Niger Delta region. I understand that a lot of them are there's grievances left and right, but these are things that also will grow you as a person and the economy. Even though we know that the leaders, like we always say, they have failed over time, over the years, but sometimes too, this could be a way of helping your own people. A lot of people, like I will always say, this bank that they are destroying, most of their employees, the workers, are from this region. So what becomes of these people when the banks, these institutions are no longer there? So they should think about this when they try to destroy these things. And thank God that's our major topic for the day. Yes, one of the other headline we have here, it's APC's Bola Tinubu to Governor Sheyi Makinde, you have demonstrated the characteristics of a good leader, a persevering individual, hardworking, regardless of our political divide, and respectful in every aspect of your behavior. That is coming from Tinubu to Governor Sheyi Makinde. That's really
No
nice.
comments.
No comments on that. No comments on that. So I will go further. Let me take the leadership newspaper. 2023 polls, security agencies dispel postponement rumor. That is really nice because we can't go through this.
We can't postpone it.
We are already, people have traveled, so you can't tell us that once you want.
We are very optimistic. In fact, our blood is hot at this point. We want to vote.
That is really nice, and that is relieving also. And so you can get that. We have other stories. Again, 4 policemen, 3 gunmen killed in Anambra State. Atiku Tinubu Becca over APC's governor assistance on old Naira notes. Of course, that is a very disgraceful story. Shameful also that will be coming from the governors of APC. Knowing fully well that they're in power, and these are things that you're supposed to, like I said, you're supposed to be united, but don't even know for the reason why they're divided. They know they are politicians.
They know themselves.
Yes.
They know themselves better.
Yes. We are all ready for Saturday's election, says CDS. Commonwealth observers tax INEC candidates on credible elections. Only Nigerians can determine their leaders.
Definitely, only Nigerians, because we are the powerhouse. These candidates depend on us. Do you know, okay, Cassie, do you know, I was so excited this year. I've been very excited since last year, since this election. The rate at which youths are actually involved in the politics of our nation, it's overwhelming. It's interesting to watch. Like, you see youths. For once, you see every Nigerian youth, like, I have my PVC, I'm going to vote. I'm not going to care about the security situation. I just, like, you know, it's really amazing, like, to watch. In the past, you see youth, I beg, my vote won't count, so I'm not going to vote. But at this point, every young Nigerian who is of the voting age is really very optimistic, is ready. You know, let's go and make our next president, so that at least vote with your conscience. That is the slogan. Vote with your conscience. So that at the end of the day, when whoever comes, you know, I didn't vote that person. This was the person, whether he wins
or not, but then you have a clear conscience.
You know
yes, that is true. And then we move on to Standard Times. Naira redesign, APC national chairman, governors in closed-door meeting with Malami. I just really hope that this meeting will be for the good of all, because of course that's always our prayers, that they will always come up with policies that will impact on the lives of the citizens. Naira scarcity, Ogo government, PDP at war as protesting youths set banks ablaze. These are the issues.
We cannot overemphasize these issues. Let's stop destroying our
infrastructure. Madu, I thought I was going to the UK to work, victim tells court. Wow, that issue.
But this is a Madu issue. This victim of a person,
that story you can get on page 5 of Standard Times.
Well,
wow.
This victim, he's not a minor, right?
It's not a minor. I thought they said he's 18. Or 21.
20-something, 21.
Okay.
He's not a minor. So this whole saga with the Ekweremadu issue, well, let's just
it's really pathetic.
That at the end of the day, something, but at the same time too, Ekweremadu was our deputy senate president for a long time. And then if our Nigerian system was working, you wouldn't have to fly your daughter abroad, you know, for minor things.
These are the issues.
Doctors. We have the best doctors in the world. Nigerian doctors go abroad and, you know, they are the best. They are awesome. But our system here does not encourage them. So this is what leaders face when they fail to do the right thing. I say this with my full chest, you know. I say this like with full confidence. If our health system was working properly, the president wouldn't be flown to the UK. If the UK government don't pay attention to their health system, then they'll be looking for where to fly their leaders to. But they don't.
It's very shameful.
It's only African leaders, it's only Nigerian leaders especially that carries our money and then take their children abroad.
Everything abroad.
If I were here, this situation
Yes.
wouldn't be this bad.
So we're going to take the last story for today, coming from Standard Times also. 2023 market leaders in Abia South endorses Ikpeazu for Senate. Ahiwi for governor, page 3 of the Standard Times. My own is that we don't care who is going to be their senator or their governor. They should pay the pensions money being owed to these old people. They are vulnerable and they are weak. They have served the state. Your own is to do what is rightful at this point in time. And that will be all on the newspaper review. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll go to our major discussion of the day, and we have already an analyst waiting to deliberate on these issues. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of Srtv Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the crown.
You're welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the program Wake Up Nigeria. And before we went on break, we're bringing you newspaper reviews, and we promise to return with a guest who will analyze some of the stories that have been read out to you. So we'll be introducing our guest today. And right now,
we have with us here Mr. Billy Egbe. You are highly welcome to the show. The SSA to the Governor of Delta State on media. How are you doing today, sir?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
You have to be audible, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
You're welcome to the show, sir. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here.
We are honored to have you.
So, sir, we have a lot of stories on the headlines this morning, but there's a particular issue we want to discuss first. The major headlines of the newspaper, you could see stories like protesters raised banks in Ogu, APC and PDP trades blame. This is coming as the result of the Naira scarcity, Naira saga, redesign of Naira. You know that story very well. You are from Delta. Something like this has happened there before, I think last week. So I need you to tell us, what do you think about this situation where the youth, I know that people are actually angry, and sometimes when you're pushed to the wall, you could do things that are unimaginable. But what do you think about this whole this saga of destroying banks, properties here and there?
Yes, thank you. My opinion on this issue has not changed and will not change.
Okay, we can hear you. Yes,
Yes, go ahead, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yes, we are all victims. We are all victims. This problem. But the approach of the youth is not in the best interest of the general public. Resort to violence, destruction of properties of the banks, for me, is a criminal act. It has gone beyond just protesting against cash scarcity. Right, people have a right to express their anger.
Sure.
Okay? Yeah, people have a right to express their anger, but in expressing such frustrations, people must also understand that there is a thin line, a very thin line, between civil disobedience and criminal breach of public peace. and then passive robbery. What is happening right now? The truth is that anybody who destroys a bank should be treated as a robber. Because the intention, it is the intention we must look at. It's not the cause. It is not the cause of the arson or whatever it is called of the destruction of the bank now. Because if you see, if you are to give any justification, if you want to justify the rationale behind youth picking up youth resorting to violence, then it means anybody who has had issues with the bank should just go to the bank and destroy it. It's like the truth is that people who have real money in the bank do not resort to destruction of banks.
That is true. Okay, that's right.
True.
These people destroying banks, these are just hoodlums, and they should be treated as robbers, and not just robbers, as armed robbers, because the intention is not just to protest, it's not just to serve as a means of protest. It is to steal, to kill, if the need to kill arises, and to destroy. So they should be treated as robbers, yes.
Okay, sir. I just want to ask, would you attribute this, because most times we understand that in the Nigerian system, most of these youth to carry out some of these attacks and then destruction of lives and properties are sponsored. Would you say this is the issues with this the recent occurrence where youths are made to destroy banks? Would you see this as a sponsored venture?
Sponsored?
Yes.
Well, if it is sponsored, because if you look at the circumstances surrounding this whole issue, I think it is different, because if it is politically motivated, there is absolutely no reason. I might be wrong, but there is no reason. The bank is not the headquarters of APC or PDP. It's not a branch. It's not a
that's right.
It's not a secretariat. The bank is not the party secretariat. So I do not want to subscribe to that thought that this protest, this destruction of banks and banking facilities are sponsored or have any form of political motivation on that tone. These are just hoodlums trying to create an enabling environment for stealing and robbery. We are Nigerians. We understand how these things work. Okay? When situations like this happen, when situations like this arise, you see criminal elements in the street. They just take advantage of the situation, try to cause chaos, because it is in the midst of the chaos that they can perpetrate
evil
criminal acts.
And what do you think can be done, to halt, this from reoccurring in the future?
Because I noticed that this, of course, this happened in Delta State, Warri to be precise, last week, and now we have the same issue happening in Ogun and the neighboring Edo State and the neighboring state. The same bank issue, youth being the angry, destroying banks and all that. So I think if something is not done, this might just be everyday thing. You see that from state, it will not be going from state, escalate from state to state. So what do you think can be done at this stage?
Well, at this point in time, the whole issue is just complicated. One finds it difficult to even explain what is happening sometimes, because I cannot understand why this whole thing is happening in the first place. And you see, as a people and as a country, we have this hardwired penchant for rushing things. For me, the truth is that we like I said, like I mentioned earlier, we are all feeling the effect of this whole cash swap policy. But there are advantages and there are disadvantages. I think the National Orientation Agency has not done enough in educating our people about some of the policies of this government, or that's the APC-led federal government. the National Orientation Agency has not done enough. And I don't think there is time to even do anything anymore. Going forward, if the government is to embark on such projects on the long run, the relevant authorities, that are saddled with the responsibility of informing the citizens should be up and doing. Because if people are properly informed about things like this, even though we know that Nigerians, the vast majority of our people have this environment for waiting till the last minute before, taking actions. Because if you look at this also, the information about this cash swap policy came out sometime in November. We have 3 months. Even though the 3 months, the diverse opinions, have asserted that 3 months.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
Even though diverse opinions have asserted that the 3 months time frame, was not enough. But we have 3 months. People deliberately waited. Some people just believe that the normal Nigerian factor will come to play. It will probably be postponed, judging by the postponement of previous deadlines, like the NIN deadline was postponed. Other policies of the federal government that the federal government rolled out, in the recent past, most of them were postponed. So people must have thought that this would be, how do I put it?
They know
to be
business as usual.
As usual, but unfortunately, this is quite different. It's a serious issue because, for whatever reason, it seems President Buhari and the CBN governor, they are bent on making sure that this policy, succeeds.
Okay.
So going forward, the orientation agencies and other relevant agencies should do more to inform people and to educate people on how best to navigate some of these challenges.
Okay, so away from the Naira swap issues, we have 4 days to general election, and we understand that the Delta State governor is a major runner in this, year's election as a deputy vice presidential aspirant. So how prepared are you exactly for this year's election? And then on the other note, how prepared is the state, to ensure that there is peace, there is security for every voter? So are we really prepared for this year's election from your state's end?
Yeah, here in Delta, I can tell you categorically that we are very prepared. We are prepared to go into the elections. We are prepared to win. Yes.
Okay, what if you don't win? Are you prepared also to concede?
Who says we are not going to win?
We didn't say you're not going to win.
We didn't say you're not going to win.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen at the end of the day.
Say.
This is Nigeria, and anything can happen. The majority will have the final say. Yes. So
in Delta, the anything can happen does not apply to Delta.
Why do you say so, sir? Things can actually happen. Yes, sir.
The election is a foregone conclusion.
Okay.
The PDP in Delta is a formidable force. It's a formidable force. As politicians, we understand these things. We know what is happening. We know who is on ground and who is not on ground. The PDP in Delta is poised. It's ready to win. There is.
So are you trying to say that the people of Delta do not have a say in this? Are they not supposed to be the major say in this? Are you speaking the mind of the people or the mind of the party PDP, sir?
The party is just a paper and viral arrangement. The
Okay.
party is made up of people. Without people, there is no party.
That's right.
You understand?
Okay.
So when I say PDP, I am talking about Deltas. Delta State is a PDP state. Our people are more favorably disposed to supporting the PDP than supporting any other party, and they've proven that over the years.
But you do understand that, sorry to cut you there, but you do understand that this year's election is beyond political parties, right? Nigerians are more aware, they're not just voting for the party. So you can have a PDP state and then the PDP don't win the state. So you just don't have to, get set your hopes too high. You just, it's good to be optimistic. We applaud that.
Of course, it's
So,
very
but
good.
we want to hear from the security aspect. How prepared are we? And how prepared are you really?
Like His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, over the years, has proven to be a very peaceful governor. And the candidate of the party, the Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewore, is a justice of peace. Do you know what that means?
Yes, we do.
The justice of the peace. The Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, the longest serving Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly. And what that means is that to have attained that height, to have been able to, to lead the the Delta State House of Assembly for 6 years. That Delta State House of Assembly is a miniature of the National Assembly. It's a place that is characterized by cultural diversity and so many, differences. So for the man to have been able to manage that place for 6 years, it shows that he's somebody who understands how to enable peace or to enable peaceful coexistence wherever he finds himself. So the election will not be different. It will be peaceful, and from what is on ground so far, you can see when you come to Delta State, it does not even look like the election is 4 or 5 days away. Everybody's going about his business peacefully.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yes.
All right, sir. So moving forward, ahead of the election, it's just barely 4 days away. What would you have to tell the people, especially the youth of Delta State and Nigeria as a whole?
What I have to tell the people?
Yes. What would you advise them ahead of election?
It's very simple. It's very simple. Election is a process, a process via which we elect our leaders. It is not a call to war. It is not a call to destruction of lives and properties. It is a call to responsibility. It takes responsibility to participate in an election. So youth must understand that it's a privilege, to be part of the decision-making process. They must not misuse that privilege. On that day, they should go about their, lawful activities. As a member of the PDP, I advise people to vote for Article to vote for Sheriff. Yes.
Okay.
That's so nice, and it's so nice having you here. We are so
Thank you so
grateful.
much for
Thank
your
you so much for joining us. We do hope to have you again on this show. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Have,
so much. And
have a nice day, sir.
You too.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of Srtv Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the crown.
Hello viewers, you're welcome. If you're just joining us, this is Wake Up Nigeria. We have been discussing with Mr. Billy Egbe, SSA to Delta State Governor on media. And so we've discussed at length today the issues bordering on the minds of the people, especially the youth, the destructions of banks, properties, and lives. So we're just really hoping, like what he said, that things with the youth will have a different mindset. Some of these people involved in these evil acts, we have the mindset that it's not even the issue of destroying things. Moving forward, we have to know that these things belongs to us. They're in our region, they're in our society, and then when you destroy them, somehow it will still come back to you.
Certainly.
Because for instance, you destroy the bank in your environment or your region. What happens the next day if you want to make use of the
You don't
bank?
have to go to another
You
region
have
and
to
pay
travel.
transportation.
Yes, so you think about these things, and then you know that destruction. We know that people
Never
have right
option.
to peaceful protest, but destroying lives, property is never an option to any situation. Of course, we are all in this together. It has been biting this Naira swap policy.
It's biting everybody.
Everybody is
Nobody's
involved,
safe
not
to
just
be
one
fair,
person. So I urge the youth also to calm down, to think
We should
before
be
they
assault,
yes, before they do things. Of course, we have 4 days to the election. We will decide. So like the advice we always give to you, we cannot even emphasize on that enough. Do the needful, vote with your conscience. Don't sell your votes. Don't be bought over with little things. You are above, your future is above this money they will give to you today. Your future is above this rice or whatever they will bring to sweet talk you into selling your vote. Don't do that.
Don't sell your vote.
Yes, and there is this.
And don't be
a part of
don't be
yes,
a
a
part of anything that will
vessel.
destroy anything. When you are being paid to go and steal ballot box, snatch whatever. Just know
And
that
their children are somewhere,
managing your future.
Their children are somewhere abroad, cooling off,
And
having
they won't
fun,
even be here to vote.
chilling, of course, spending our hard-earned money. So if you know what's
People
good
be
for you,
around to vote.
don't do that. Be just be at peace with yourself and your neighbor. And like we always advise people, when you're going to the polling unit, do not go there to make trouble. Do not even
Vote
try and
peacefully.
camouflage yourself with
Come
I am
early,
APC, I am PDP, I am ACC, or I am Labour Party. Just
like
be neutral.
Just like I told the SSA, at this point, it's beyond political party.
Yes.
This year's election is beyond PDP, APC. Nigerians just want a credible leader, somebody who can be accountable.
Because they have seen it all.
Because Nigeria is in a hot mess. Whether we
Of
like
course,
it or not.
like
failing right
like
now.
Nigerians will always say, they have seen shaggy.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
Shege is not for you.
Yeah, so please, we urge the youth, we know that it's really biting hard. We keep urging them to just calm down and let peace reign. And of course, there's this very sad story coming from Delta this morning, somewhere in Warri, that there was there was a gas explosion.
That is what happens when people go and break pipelines. And
yes, there was a gas explosion somewhere in the city. And I really do hope that the number of casualties are not much. And I really do hope also that appropriate authorities will take charge and to know that some of these things are not what you should be, that they should not be stationed at around people lives. Yes, because they could be dangerous in case of any
really pray that the souls who have died will rest in peace.
Amen to that. Amen to that. This is Good Morning Nigeria. I've been discussing with Ene, and of course, as we also had a show earlier on we also had a guest earlier today. And so I just want to remind us again about the London Nigerian Week London that is coming up May 15th to 21st. I really want, we're calling on individuals, we're calling on private sectors, ministries, agencies to key into this, because this is something
interesting and exciting.
It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait already. We're talking about fashion shows, music shows, we're talking about film. Do you get Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't wait. That food
African food, not just any.
Yes.
Food, African. And Nigerian jollof rice is going to be well represented.
If I hear. And then you know that, of course, on a serious note, you know that this is something that is going to shoot us into the world, into the European market, into the globe. And so this is something I think everybody, not just agencies, but even individuals should key into. And then we just have fun. We go show ourselves. You know I be now. Let's go London and pepper them gang. You know I be now. Nigerians can never carry last. And I'm really hoping that everybody we key into this. And so it's been nice doing this with you, and thank you so much for today.
And viewers, don't forget to keep watching all of our programs. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. Follow Srtv. Hit the notification bell to get updates whenever we post videos. And of course, follow us, like all our programs. Leave us your comments. We want to know your thoughts, what you think about our program. And don't forget to stay hydrated. And don't forget to stay safe if you're in Nigeria, if you're overseas. Ensure you stay safe and be a good citizen wherever you find yourself. Until we come your way next time, I remain Ede Igube.
And before I go, I leave you with this. Ahead of the elections on Saturday, is it champagne for a few people or good water for all? Think about this as you prepare to vote. I remain yours truly, Princess Kelsey. See you tomorrow.
It's bye.
Bye.
Srtv London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial product and services, and real estate. For huge extra opportunity in diaspora, look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15th to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating the best of Nigeria from the rest.